Hey guys, what's up, and welcome to a quick video of the Sony QX-10. Now the QX-10 is in this new, or not very new anymore, but this product category called lens cameras, and what they effectively are is just a camera on its own with no screen that can clip or use wirelessly with your phone or tablet for a high quality camera experience, but whilst keeping all of the social functions of your phone. So the camera that's inside this and the sensor and the lens is obviously a lot higher quality and a lot bigger than what can fit in today's modern smartphones. So Sony do two versions of this camera. They do the QX-10, which is the model I have here, which is a kind of small but still pretty good camera, which 18.2 megapixels and features a 10 times optical zoom, and they do it in white and black, which is quite nice. Unfortunately I had to get the white one here because they have no black ones in stock. But they also do the QX-100, which is a 20 megapixel camera or 20 megapixel sensor with Carl Zeiss lens glass, as well as a 3.6 times optical zoom. So not as good optical zoom, but a much high quality lens and sensor. So I'm going to try and open this. I have no idea. There it is. There's the seal. I've been looking for the seal for ages. Now this camera connects to either an Android or a iOS device using Wi-Fi, so it has its own little Wi-Fi hotspot that it will connect to the Sony Play Memories app, which you can see a little picture of there. But if I just lift the lid of this, we're presented with a nice orange box. Now the lens is right there in the top of the camera, in the top of the box, sorry. So if we take it out, we can see how small it is, and it's attached, it seems, to the box. Christ. There you go. It's got a little label on it. Take that out of the little bag, and here you can see the first look at the camera itself. So as you can see, it's very small, and this is what's going to connect to the back of your phone or tablet to make it a very high quality camera. But we'll put this to the side and carry on looking inside the box. So pull out this, and obviously this is a Sony product, so we get this, which is just a massive book, hundreds of languages in it. You can even see they've marked the languages there, and telling you how to use it. Also your SSID number for iOS devices that don't have NFC for connection, as well as your password to set up the device. You have more stuff. I'm just going to pour it out. I don't like having all this stuff on the table, so you get a tiny little instruction guide, it seems. A product register note, more paperwork, don't really care about any of that. You also get the actual adapter to clip it to the back of a smartphone or tablet, so I'm going to be needing this, as well as the battery for the product, which is a 600 milliamp hour battery, so it is rechargeable with micro USB, which they provide a cable right here, micro USB cable for charging the camera, as well as this, which is just a little wrist strap, so you know you can put this on if you don't want to drop your new expensive camera. Okay, so taking a quick look around the product. On the front, as you can see, we have this kind of gold, this gold metal finish, which looks very nice with its white finish. And if I had a gold and white iPhone, I'm sure that it would look very nice. But you can see it's a Sony Lens G, 10 times optical zoom, and tells you all of the nerdy camera information that I used to be able to understand, but I don't anymore. On the top of the device, we have the on-off switch. We have a physical shutter button here, as well as a optical zoom toggle, so we can go in or out. On the bottom we have a tripod mount, which is pretty epic, so it means you can actually mount your iPhone to a tripod. You don't even need to buy an adapter. We have a battery indicator on the side there, which you can't really see, but it isn't a very good battery indicator. I wouldn't count on it. And the battery door on the back. So whilst we're here, we may as well just slide that off, pull that open, and we'll stick the battery in. Okay, so I thought whilst I'm here, I may as well also show you how to connect the phone mount to the camera. So once you have the camera right side up, we're just going to literally push these two things together. There's little grooves that the camera sits in, and then you have to do it quite aggressively, but you have to just clip it into place, and this little lock engages and locks the mount into place. Okay, so to connect the Sony lens camera with an iPhone, for example, which is what I'm going to be using in this video, you're going to want to download the Sony Play Memories app. Now what this is literally a camera controller, so if we turn on the camera by pressing the little on button. Okay, so now the camera is on, we'll want to go to our Wi-Fi settings, and we're going to want to connect to the the QX10's direct Wi-Fi network. Now we've done this, we're going to want to get our booklet here, which has the password for the Wi-Fi on it. So if I just type it in here, there you go, and it's now connected to the QX10's Wi-Fi network, which maybe is a downside. You have to disconnect from your own Wi-Fi network to connect to the QX10. Now we've done that, we can open the Sony Play Memories app, and you can see here what the camera is viewing. Now you can obviously use the camera standalone. I didn't mean to take a picture then, but I just did. You can use the camera standalone, so you could have a look at my softbox light or my camera or something, but you can use it separately. But it may lag after a little while. Obviously you're on a Wi-Fi connection here, so it's going to be a little bit sucky. But if I turn my iPhone horizontal, and I'm going to unlock the lock rotation, but you can, on the QX10, flip up these tiny little arms here, and then just clip them around your smartphone. So I've done that the wrong way around, but still. There you go, and it makes it a nice snug fit. So as you can see, I did get kind of the wrong colour for the phone I have. I have the space grey, I keep pressing the shutter button. I have the space grey iPhone 5S, and I bought the gold Sony QX10, but there was no choice for me. Okay, so now the iPhone is connected. As you can see, we're basically using the iPhone as a live viewfinder. So you can, like I said, use the camera separately, take pictures whenever you want to with the live shutter button, zoom in and out. With the physical buttons on the device, but for the best experience, you're going to want to sync it to an iPhone and use it as a viewfinder and use it as its actual camera. Okay, so I thought I'd give you a tour around the Sony Play Memories software app. Now, having a look here, you can see we're literally just using the iPhone as a viewfinder for the QX10. But in the bottom left here, we have a little mode button, so we can change from photo mode at 18 megapixels or go to a 1080p at 30 FPS video mode. The video is great, but I didn't really buy it for that. I bought it for the photos. So moving up, we have a little button here. We can go to Intelligent Auto Mode, Superior Auto Mode, or Program Auto Mode. Now Intelligent Auto will literally guess everything and try and get you the best picture. Superior Auto will kind of try and make an HDR effect, so it takes a little bit longer to save. But at the same time, it does guess a lot of other stuff too, but usually it gets the right results. I've been using this for a few hours now. And Program Auto just allows you to change your own exposure compensation to whatever you want to. So it doesn't allow you to do much more past that, which is a little bit disappointing, but it lets you do that at least. Moving on to the other side, we can see up here, and I can't touch it, but there is a little number, 18 megapixels, which means we've set it to 18 megapixels at 4:3 aspect ratio. So that's basically how big and how high quality the images are going to be. We have a zoom in and out toggle here, but I think this uses digital zoom instead of optical zoom, which kind of sucks. Moving over, we have obviously the preview of the last pictures taken, the shutter button, as well as some more settings. We can set it to save to the iPhone itself. There's also a micro SD card slot which you can save into that. We can set a self timer. We can set the image size, so we can go to 16:9 at 13 megapixels or 4:3 at 5 megapixels. So we can change all of that. Lots of different settings here, but the basic premise is that you're using this as a replacement for your iPhone's camera. Now in terms of the actual latency, it's not too bad. I mean, there's a few milliseconds of delay and I can feel it when I'm moving around. It kind of moves after I've finished, but overall it's not that bad. When it's connected to the camera, obviously the Wi-Fi antennas are right next to each other, but when it's about a foot away, that's when you get some serious lag, and it is pretty horrible. Now you can use the shutter button on the side here, take a picture, and it'll take a picture and save it. Now it does take a little while to save, and that is the main drawback for me of this. There you go, it's taking a thing and you can zoom in on it and everything, but it is quite irritating that it has to keep saving, and I'd rather there was just a little cable that goes to the lightning connector that synced a little bit faster. That would be ideal for me. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around, take a few shots and show you what this camera can do versus the iPhone 5S itself. Okay, so like it showed on the box, this camera has 10 times optical zoom. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you images of before and after zoom, as well as the iPhone 5S's perspective of the same shot in the same place. Obviously there is a bit of a difference between the placement, but other than that, I just want to give you a little representation of the 10 times zoom and how powerful that really is. Okay, so here we see an image shot on the QX-10, and basically this is just a picture of a tree. It was the only thing I could really think of, and you can see it in its full 18 megapixel glory, blah blah blah. But what is special about it is that when I zoom in by 10 times, you can see just how close we get. You can even see the same branch. If I flick between pictures, you can see the same branch, but how closer it is. Obviously, there's a lot of quality degradation. It's 10 times optical zoom, so obviously the glass in this isn't amazing quality, so you know, there is a bit of quality degradation, but if you do need to get that much closer, you can with the QX-10. Okay, so here are a few sample images between the Sony QX-10 and the iPhone 5s's onboard camera. You can see the QX-10 captures much more true-to-life colours, much richer and deeper colours. Also, we're zooming in, the depth of field is much improved. See with the picture of the ants, or this picture here with the leaves, in comparison, there's so much more sharpness and vivid detail in the QX-10 versus the iPhone 5s. Now here are a few pictures of the QX-10 on its own. And you can see that the cropping that can be done with an 18 megapixel image. This is a 333% image, still sharp as anything. Now this image here will show you going at 0% crop, then 160% crop, and then 300% crop. So you can see how much cropping you can actually do before the image stops appearing sharp. Okay, so a huge problem that could be with the Sony QX-10, especially with any smaller device that you're used to, is pocketability. Now, I'm going to be taking this to my year 11 prom, so I need it to be able to fit somewhere. And luckily I have a suit jacket, so it will be able to fit in there perfectly. But if you're going to try and take this around, we can turn it off and make it as small as it gets. We try and put it in my jeans pocket. As you can see, it's a little bit of a tight squeeze and it does look ridiculous. So this could be a deal breaker for some people, is the actual size, but it is a lot smaller than the QX100. It's older, 20.2 megapixel brother. But if you do need to, you can just untwist it, take the camera module off, leave the mount there, and put them in separate pockets. Okay, so I've been playing with the Sony QX-10 all day, and I think it's time that I make a conclusion. So basically, in a few words, the image quality is brilliant. The still 18 megapixel images are definitely a lot better than what you can get on the standard smartphone cameras of today. Maybe in the future that will change, but right now taking a picture and waiting for it to save is a bit irritating. But when you get home, you put these all on your computer and you start cropping and zooming, you'll realise all that time was well spent. Now, one thing that could be a turn off for some people is the physical size of the QX-10 and how much it actually hangs off a smaller smartphone like the iPhone 5s. But personally, I just think, you know, if you're going to be using this, you're going to be on either a day out or a family occasion or something, so you'll be able to keep your phone out at all times. Like I said, Sony do include a wrist strap, so you know you're not going to drop this if you use the included wrist strap, even if it is a bit goofy. Now there is one thing that I thought I would warn you about, and that is I was taking pictures for this video, lots of sample images using the iPhone 5s camera, then the QX-10, and when I put them all on my computer and went into iPhoto to have a look at them all, they were all 2 megapixels, and I was really pissed off. So basically what you do is you go to size of review image, change it from 2 megapixels, which is what it is now, and it goes at 1440 by 1080, and change that to original. And that means that it doesn't even take longer to save, but it means you get the full like 4000 by 3000 resolution that you should be getting, which is very nice. But overall, I would say that I do recommend this camera. If you're the sort of person who really cares about the photo quality, one thing that did bug me was the HDR function, the like clever or intelligent automatic or whatever it was called. It isn't as good as Apple's HDR, simple as. I mean, you can hear it taking 3 photos and then it stitches them together and saves it back to the iPhone, but then when I was doing camera comparisons, like a few in the pictures you've seen or will see, don't know how I'm going to edit this video yet, the iPhone one is just so much better in terms of colour reproduction. But in terms of sharpness and everything like that, things that you can't change later, the Sony QX-10 is a brilliant camera on its own. So there you are. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, feel free to leave a like. I will put, like I said, some sample shots in the video, whether I did it before or I'll do it after, but there'll also be the raw sample shots in the description on my Dropbox account if you want to download them and have a look. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.